Jaza maji kidogo hapa. Maji tepe hapo.
Kwa changanya.
Changanya maji hapo do.
Kaboom! Guys, we are in the process of making things to happen, and you can just see that also the rigs we have joined to make sure that things gonna be running like a safari run. Wagon.
Asali guru Kenya.
Niraso.
Mbakuru. So chimba hapa hivi. Wewe unafanya kuonyesha.
You want to make a space?
I'm creating here a small space here, man.
Or is a small road?
The wheelbarrow.
A road?
Yeah. One way to Moranga.
Usefu wa mbao. Ulikuwa na mbao iwekwe hivi.
Si ndio ili si nilisapa.
Ile.
Ona eka hako katapita. Katengeneza.
Panda juu nayo. Panda juu nayo.
Sasa kimo. Ya juu.
Pona.
Ya juu kwa.
Yeah, guys, we have already launched this kind of the toilet already in terms of the foundation and the start of the foundation, so as you can just slab it today. And we have talked about we are making it happen. We are moving. Our big agenda is to make sure that we are making things to change. At this kind of the time, I'll just appreciate much of the people tuned in and watching this kind of the video. It's just a starter of this kind of the video, and we are just working at the couples here, the two couples here, to make sure that they are satisfied with the things that we're going to be doing at this particular moment. And we are doing it in a way that we will go and make sure that we are equipping it with the mod, talk about the good things that will just make them to feel like it's just be comfortable at this kind of the zone. So the thickness of this kind of the slab gonna be 4 to 5 inches, and talk about it will be just effective at that kind of the rate. And we are just trying to make it happen, and already we have launched it. So it means that today we're gonna be slab it, and tomorrow we're gonna be launching in terms of the brick laying. And always talk about it's just a 2-day construction of the toilet. Then the 3rd day it will be just putting the iron sheets and making sure that the doors are fixed properly. And also we're gonna be having the screening part of it to make sure that everything is just satisfied at that kind of the particular moment. So at this kind of the rate, I have Mayan here.
Wagwan.
How are you, man?
I'm good.
Everything is fantastic.
Everything is so fantastic.
We are just making sure that everything is coming out.
Yeah, I'm just seeing with my naked eyes.
Yeah.
That you are making things to happen.
Everything has to happen.
Yeah, man.
Exactly. And it's just a very good encouragement. Much of the people should just see and act and make sure that they can just even judge while they see things are just happening here.
Exactly.
So we are just helping this kind of the society to make sure that they're improving in terms of life, and also whatever small we have to share so they can just talk about we are making it happen. Yeah. Exactly. So let's rhyme and make it happen every time. And this is the courtesy of Gint to make sure that this kind of the works are just ongoing. So already we have some of the bricks here, and they are so big enough. You can even see the thickness and the thickness of this kind of the brick. It's very, very big enough to make sure that everything is so fantastic. So we will be here to make sure that if they're just stepping on top here, it means that we are having a good time zone of making sure that this kind of the small toilet here, it's going to be built very, very fantastic here. So still we have this kind of the talk about the sand soil still persisting here, and it's low and it's very high, and it's very talk about it's many in terms of this kind of the area. So it means that we want to be satisfied with this kind of the soil that was brought here in terms of us, and we are just making sure that we could just come out to make it happen. So the good vibe of today, guys, are going to be talking about we are moving, and we don't have much of the hesitation of talking about how are we going to be doing it, how are we going to be doing this and this and that and that. So everything is just moving very, very successful. So it's a way of us to make sure that we are making much of the things here to happen, and also to make sure that everything is running so fantastic here. So as I can just check, the boys they are here. Hey, you look so characteristically exhausted. But the food is going to be coming, and I always produce food from my home to make sure that this kind of the guys who are just working here, they're going to be getting a good meal, so they can just get it, and very fantastic at this kind of the point, because everybody here was having much of the work. One was talk about hit much of the ballast. One was to make sure that they're just working as handyman there, and also we have the top mason at that kind of the far end, and we are moving. So it means that tomorrow we're going to be having 2 top masons who will be constructing this kind of the toilet by tomorrow using much of the bricks, and I think much of the boys that are here whom they will just make sure that they are bringing much of the bricks to the site. So the work is continuing despite the work is exhaustive by now, and the sun is shining, but we have to complete the mission, because our mission is to complete it. That is why we talk about we have to get forward and make it happen at this particular rate. Mambo iko chonjo? Safi. As far as our mom, she's happy, and talking about we have to do it, we have to continue, and everything is very fantastic. As they are just enjoying, and they're just enjoying the session, and we're going to be talking about this is the way forward we have here, and this is the way we talk about we have to help much of the things to happen at this kind of the section, and this kind of the way forward. So much of the things are still ongoing here, and we're going to be handling everything very fantastic. And I think the cement is highly concentrated, and it's very highly concentrated at this kind of the rate. So it means that everything will be so fantastic, as this kind of the toilet will be so big and good enough for them to use. I think I have asked about the leaders and the family members about our mom who is affected with a stroke, is she able to bend or is she able to use the manual toilet? And they talked about she's able to use it. So I don't know if I'll just make sure that I'm just putting the one, because here guys, if I put the one for flushing, it will be chaotic because who is going to be bringing much of the water? So it will bring much of the chaos. And from the comment section, you can just talk about it. How do you wish for me to put the one that can just use the flash or the raised one? I don't know how specifically it will be, but they have told me that it's good for me to use the manual one, which is just the use of the hole. It is fantastic for them to use also because it will be raised with much of the bricks at the side where you just put the leg and the other leg, so as you can just measure the 90 degree. So I'm going to be coming to that kind of the section to make sure that everything is coming to you live one-on-one. So yeah, man. So it's gonna be bigger thickness. How many inches?
4 inches.
Or 4 inches? Yeah. Oh, the guy is coming in. Chini. Oh. Put the chin. See up. Uko chin. Bado.
Na ukiwa unapitia chini.
Haya. Fantastic. So it's now being levelized here. Yeah, this is called leveling. So we have to add some cement, bro. Yeah, we have to add some cement here. So we are running out of cement here, and I have to call so as we can have much of the cement demobilizing here with an immediate effect.
No cement, bro.
No cement?
No cement.
Exactly. Gonna be coming right now, man. No problem. Gonna be coming. So you just make it happen. You are making it happen, guys. And we are helping where it's necessary, and we have to make sure that we are helping the needy. And I've seen much of the people are still talking about, this and that and this, but we have to move forward. We understand that whatever, even if you go to a toilet and you become a person who is talking about, this kind of the person has too much of, talk about the pollution is too much, talk about a person is polluting in the toilet, you'll never bomb blast it. It's just the way, I'm just hearing them like a bomb blast, but everything will just continue as possible. I've seen much of the gentlemen have democratized here. The work is good, man?
Yeah.
Complete? Yeah. 10 feet?
Yeah.
Huh?
No, 9.
9? Why 9?
We have a stone down.
Oh, these are the guys who are just making sure that they have another toilet there. They were just digging. So they're talking about the engineer is here himself. And
but the engineer is so...
Engineer, how are you?
Yeah, babu.
Everything is good, bro?
This guy is dangerous.
You have finished?
On the process of...
Finish?
Kabisa.
Completely? So you have got a stone?
Kuna jiwe chini.
Okay. So... Yes, bro. Okay, kama umefika hapo kwa gate, songa mbele. Then utaona njia ziko mbili. Uache yenye inaenda mbele, uangalie yenye inakuja kama yenye inakuja mtoni. Sijui kama umesonga, songa tu utaona. Kuna njia nyingine inakaa pana. Kuna njia yenye inakaa pana yenye naona kama watu wanatembea sana. Kuna yenye inakaa ya manyasi yenye iko na kona ya mawe. Teremuka na hiyo. Wewe songa tuko kinadeo mbele kabisa. Yenye nateremka yenye iko na michifu kando kando. Wangekia na hiyo ya boronge ungarare na guchaga saka. Hiyo yenye imefinya na miti ya michifu. So bro, you are showing that the work is complete, and now you have to democratize the money. Myanmar. They're talking about Myanmar. Exactly. So we are trying our best, guys, and at least they have just already finished digging the hole that they were just up there, and already they are here to make sure that we are cherishing together to make it happen. He was the one who came and dug this kind of the hole. I think they were with Mayani here, and they dug this kind of the hole very meticulous and is now coming to check on how the things are just happening. So I take about the toilet will be built in a 2 day. There's no much of the complication that, oh, it's going to be going this way, it's going to be going. As far as we have the materials, everything will just be running so equitably. So from tomorrow, it's just a bricklaying, and we have to make sure that everything is so fantastic at this kind of the rate. So we have some of the water here. Yeah, I have some water here. Exactly. Let's make it happen, guys. See, Mayani today is Mayani here, making sure that the work has to continue. Very fantastic. So guys, I'm going to be coming back to this kind of the section so I can just handle much of the way we have to get forward and make sure that everything is coming to you live, which is one-on-one. Let's work, and it's just always talking about less talk, much action coming in. Let's go. So guys, we have the cement here. 20. Kwa hivyo maximum ni mbili. Guys, is talking about the road is fury, and maximum you can carry the cement is 2, and that's Ju. Yeah, Ju. Yeah. So guys, we are just talking about if a motorbike has reached here, it's a way of struggle. Talking about a motorbike can carry even 5, but you can only deliver cement, 2 cements, and you should be a very good driver at this kind of the particular moment. So we have to make it happen here, and already we have reached. Even the mom, whenever she see much of talk about the motorbike is coming, she feels that she's comfortable at this kind of the rate, and she feels that everything is so fantastic at this kind of the position. So I really appreciate much of the people who are just attuned, and we're just struggling to make it happen. And the good thing is we're going to be using this kind of the cement, so we can just finish up, because I think we have reached the half. Yeah. Are we in the half section? Exactly, they're in the half section here already, and to make sure that they're going to be concreting this kind of the site very fantastic here. So I think we are just moving in a good pace here. After that one, much of the people just go to the river and shower, so they can just have much of the things to be put together here. So hey bro, yeah. How is the road, man?
The road is very bad.
Very bad.
Very bad.
So the maximum cement you can carry?
Only 2.
Only 2.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the fact. It's the fact.
I have a lot of experience, but this road.
Now you can ask yourself, how did they brought?
How does the sand reach here?
Yeah, or the brick?
I don't know.
And how did the brick reach here?
It's either you are bound or you are just, but you look like this.
Exactly. So guys, it's a way of struggle. We have much of the challenges inside here for us, even to reach here. You know, even whenever you go around this kind of an area, this kind of the 2 couples are going to be the first people in this kind of the village to have
permanent
it's called a brick toilet.
Yeah, brick
it's
toilet.
the fact. It's the fact, guys. And I'm telling you this as a fact. Even much of the people right now, whenever they are passing, they're just wondering.
A lot of people gonna be visiting.
Yeah, they're gonna be talking about, oh,
and
my living
will
God.
be
How is
advantage.
it? How is it possible?
Yeah,
how is it possible that they're just having it? And it's the courtesy of Gint to make it happen. And still, we have much of the people rumor mongering and talking about, oh, my friend, I'm telling much of the people that whenever you want to do something and you have decided that you want to do it, just do it. And that is it. Don't talk about.
Is that a tissue?
I don't know.
Huh? Yeah, I thought, yeah, guys, you know, here in the village, it's possible. Or we have already noticed that it's gonna be a tissue. Now you are talking about no. Guys, these are very best. This is very best.
Yeah,
you can see them, huh?
Yeah.
Very best. Yeah. Whenever you want to make sure that soft tissues, you understand that kind of the way forward. Huh?
Yeah, good. Yeah.
Sasa koroga chap chap tuende manzo. Koroga chap chap tuende. Ona haya maji.
Nini ndo mtakula lunch?
Maji ni mchanga ni mingi. By the way, chakula ilikuwa. Chakula ingemwagika. Guys, it could not come with much of the food here. It could just reach here, and the ugali is combined with the everything. So whenever you reach here, yeah, the only thing is making sure that you get to your section and start eating. It will be chaotic, eh?
Yeah.
Nini? Changanya tu yote mara moja. Ongeza cement. Get the cement. Yeah. And guys, we are making it happen. We are moving. We are not stuck at one position here. And as far as we are making things to come out, I appreciate, and also I appreciate much of the people talk about Gintu. We can just cherish with you and make sure that we're going to be supporting this kind of the projects to run, because we have as many as possible. The lineup is so huge and the demand is so huge also. So right now we want to make sure that before much of the people could harvest the maize. Right now, you know, they're using maize fields as toilets. So whenever the maize field would just be cleared, we have to make sure that much of the people are having toilets. And one day I'm going to be inviting even this kind of the people who are just dealing with sanitation programs. Talk about they're going to be hygiene sanitation programs. Talk about the rural sanitation programs. They're going to be coming one day, so they can just cherish with me and make sure that we are making something as a different. And from Gintu, this is the legacy to prevail. And much of the people are criticizing Gint of making it happen because I'm just dealing with the vulnerable. They're now talking about Gint is there to make sure that I'm just using them. I'm not using anyone. The good thing is when I'm doing this kind of the work, much of the people can see the work is being done and I'm filming our work. Our work is what I'm filming here.
The problem is they think this is a donation.
They think it's a donation.
This is your money.
This is our money.
10% of your salary.
10% of my salary. And I talked about I'm going to be building, was it like 2 toilets with my salary? And to the real fact, but I'm adding, whenever a person can talk about Gintu, I'm going to be supporting you to have another one. Guys, for me to build a toilet until it's finished, it's going to be like $250 to $300 and it's complete. And that is the effect of Gintu. And even if the section is very far, like the way we are, even a motorbike can only come with 1 cement here. And if we can just be using 1 cement, or talk about 1 toilet like this one here, it's a little bit bigger. We're going to be using 7 cements until it's going to be complete in terms of the brick laying. But whenever we talk about, we're going to be having let's say about a way which is an area accessible with much of the tuk-tuk and whatever, it's going to be like $250. It can just finish 1 toilet. That is the fact. And when I can talk about I have $1,000 to build this kind of the toilet, it's going to be very fantastic. That's the 10% sometimes I talk about. And I have to build the toilet to come out very effective. And if I'm going to be talking about the 10%, guys, it's $500 I'm talking about here. So the fact is I have to make this kind of the way to get forward, and I have to appreciate them also. And from the legacy, I'll just prevail. Much of the people are having Gintu in their hearts. They're talking about Gintu prevail. Gintu, let's go forward. There's no much back. That is what we are just declining at this kind of the point.
Backward,
never. Forward, ever. Exactly. You understand, man? Yeah. So let's make it happen. Let's go, man. Let's go, man. Let's go, man. Yeah. Let me help you, my friend. Yeah. You just rush, get in. Get in. No problem. Get in. No, get it this one here, man. Yeah. Let's get it happen. Whoa. Come and uplift, yeah? Go and uplift there, man. So you can just get in like a safari rally. Eh? No. Carry it up. Carry it up. Or it's good, eh? It's good to go. Go on. There. Yeah. Yeah, man. Load. Weka kokoto. Wagwan. Unahaki mgona maroba gutuka. Ona maroba gutuka. Yeah, man. Guys, we are moving. We are not stuck at the same position. And this is the fact that if you can build a toilet, there are a bunch of the people who are taking very long to build a single toilet. But Gintu can just make it in 2 days. 2 days, I'm completely with the toilet. And the 3 days only if we don't have a hole. For the people who are having much of the holes, we're going to be talking about 2 days only. But the people who are not having the holes, it's a 3-day, and the toilet is good to go. And the 4th day, it's only putting the roofing and making sure that everything's so fantastic. So guys, whoever wants to, I'm coming. I'm delaying the dog lesson there. Yeah. The wheelbarrow is becoming sticky. Eh? Wapi? Hapa? Hai, twende. Hapo. Yeah, man. We are moving. 3/4. We are 3/4. Wagwan. Let's make it happen. Muko karibu. Guys, for the people who want to support Gint and talk about, I've talked about a toilet can take $250 to $300 and that is the fact until the roofing. And I've just paid everybody because for you to see much of the boys, they are here and they understand who is Gintu and how perfect I am. You can ask anyone here, whoever was bringing the sand soil here, you can ask them who is not paid. For the people who brought the bricks, who is not paid? For the person who dug the hole, who is not paid? And how can you continue with the work while you know that you are not paid? So it will be so difficult.
The guy have now a hole that he have finished.
Imagine he has already finished the 10 feet in a day.
Yeah.
And he's going to be getting his own 3,000. A foot is 300 shillings. And if it's 10 feet, it's 3,000 Kenya shillings, which is approximately like 25 USD. Yeah, $25 per each hole. So you can understand it's a little bit cheaper, but to the real extent of the village, it's becoming a little bit expensive for a person to do it. But whenever you want to talk about what is costly, talk about what is naturally costly by now, it's the cement, talk about this kind of the metals, talk about the D10s, the D8s, the binding wire, and also paying the wages. Talk about the labor, the way they are just working here, they have to be paid. That is much of the money where it's going. But you cannot talk about, hey, let's go and help this kind of the people. How? Right now, there's no that courtesy of the framework of the other 19th century that you can talk about, oh, can you come and help me to do this kind of the work? It's no longer developing right now because people are moving. Right now, everybody is talking about, oh, everybody has his own problems. And nobody's caring because my problem, it may be, whenever I see that I have a bigger problem, whenever I go to this kind of the boy and tell me his own story, he'll talk about, better me. So I talk about, oh, this is how it is. But how are we going to cope up with this one? It's the way we have to get forward. Despite the ligaments, despite the endowment of, we have removed ourselves to make it happen. And whenever I talk about, I have started it. Even if we have much of the miscellaneous catastrophizing things here, but we have to work because I have decided that I want to make it to this, to that, to those ones. And I don't have that kind of a heart that, oh, now I'm heartbroken because they're just talking about Gintu. A good tree that bears much of the fruit. Right now, whenever you see this kind of the avocado tree here. So this kind of the avocado tree at this kind of the section, it has much of the fruits here. So right now, if somebody wants this kind of the avocado, much of the people will not climb. So the courtesy will be prevailing. But much of them talk about, oh, this kind of avocado, this is very near here. What are they going to be doing? They will look for a stick and throw so as they can just get one. So this is how they are making Gint right now. They want to hit. They don't want to have that courtesy. Oh, let me climb very slowly and I go up. Let me go up, then I pick it very slowly, then I come down. No, they'll talk about, let's pick something here. Let me look for a stick or a stone. Then they will throw. That's how now they are throwing much of the pogrom things to Gintu so as I can fall down. And whenever now they talk about Gintu as falling down, are you going to benefit or are you going to do the work that I'm just doing for the villagers? Are you going to be talking about, you're going to be making sure that the villagers are having this kind of the toilets? It's going to be so difficult for them. Even they don't have the legacy of prevalence that, okay, for me, how I am, I've just done this kind of the thing. You're telling me about one box of a sanitary box, one sanitary carton. You're talking about somebody donated to you for a sanitary one. That's what we can talk about the whole man. Talk about how many boxes have I given out. And you're talking about, oh, one box, I don't know what, the charity begins at home. Here I am at home, and I'm making it happen.
You know what the real G?
Yeah, man.
You left the sanitary parts. Now you are dealing with
toilet, bigger things also. But I'm going to be going back to the sanitary whenever the schools are closed. I want to get a good, huge number. Right now, we have small girl child who are just at home, talk about the primarians. But whenever the schools are closed, talk about I need the high school girls are the ones who are suffering most. You understand? Yeah. And one day I'll just develop another courtesy. After finishing the toilets, I'm going to be moving to another courtesy of helping now school per school. I'll be making what is called the G party competition. It's going to be coming. And I'm just putting it as an advance because I'm preparing for it. Whenever I'm talking about, I'm pressurizing it. So right now, it's just accessing and accessing and accessing. That's what I'm just, right now I'm just getting to understand. Right now I have much of the discussions on what we're going to be coming out in terms of the school competition party. It's called the G competition party that are going to be coming out very fantastic. And now they will just be left vacant because they're talking about these are going to be raising much of the money for the students, or talk about the students who are having a problem of fee. Gint going to be sorting it out completely, and it is one of the biggest legacy that is going to be prevailing at this kind of the moment. So whenever you're just watching and supporting Gint, know that everything is going where it's necessary. What am I talking about here? I mean that like right now, how we are just doing this kind of the work, it means that I am using even my 10%. I can move my own 10% and make it sure that it's going to much of the people. What about tomorrow? Much of the people are talking about, oh, my salary is my salary, but it's not to get to. Even if you have millions of money, and much of the people are just talking about, oh, we have this kind of the problem at this kind of the particular time, but how are you going to be keep holding them to have that you are now luring them to come closer to you and you help them, or how are you going to be settling such kind of the small issues? But we have much of the petty things that people are coming out with to talk about Gint is this way, Gint is that way. But the good thing is God understands what I am up to, and at least kind of the time I will talk about I'm going broke, but tomorrow you don't know what is tomorrow coming, and this is the legitimate thing I'm always talking about. Even right now I might be broke, right now I'm going to be paying and I'm going to be broke right now. But I don't know tomorrow, how am I going to open up? And God opens up. And that's why I always talk about legitimate. Always equity is what has to prevail. I always give out what is necessary at this particular time. So people are just watching. Thank you very much for you being tuned and locked in, because we are together and much of the people supporting Gint to make it happen. The boys are trying their best. They're trying to get even small wages, small money to keep hold their own families. But much of the people are thinking about that, oh, you know, because of this kind of the people are getting small amount of money, or they're going to be getting this and then this. Much of the people, the way they are, everybody's coming from different background. What am I talking about a different background? I mean that this guy has a different background. I have a different background. He has a different background. Right now, whenever you ask them, what are going to do with this kind of the money right now? They'll talk about, oh, we don't have sugar, we don't have food, we don't have maize, we don't have flour, we don't have this, I want to do that one. Oh, my mom is sick, I want to go and do this. So the fact is, I want to go and buy some medic. So the good fact is everybody understands that I have this kind of the way forward. That's why they are here, to make sure they are getting small amount of money that they could just get in a day. And whenever they're going to be working for it, they're going to be talking about we are satisfied at a day and we can just make it happen. That is my legacy and my preference, that if I have it, I have to share even them to get something small. That is what is coming out as a good, effective way of getting forward. So to the real fantastic module is we are about to finish this kind of the toilet here. And it's one of the best moments here. The best one here. So we are remaining with a very small pathway here. That's just remaining here, and make sure that it's levelized. Yeah, make sure it's levelized. So we are having a 4-inch gauge of this kind of the toilet here, and we are moving so quickly because tomorrow it should have dried up, and tomorrow we are starting something called the brick laying. Whenever we talk about the brick laying, tomorrow we'll just see, whenever we are just formulating, it's going to be a 2-room toilet. Talk about a bathroom and a toilet at its own self. So as we don't have much of talking about, oh, we're going to be having 3 of them. What for? So what we have is we want small but precise. And what I want to do, legitimate, is to make sure that it's going to be so fantastic. We're going to be having an equal, talk about equal catavas. We're going to be having an equal, something which is equitable. Talk about it's going to be equal, and also it's going to be of the same size, and that is the legacy that I want to prevail. It's going to be of the same size, and also it's going to be the same shape as the way it will be, and this is the way of getting forward. So a legitimate is what we have to get forward up to. So whoever just watching this kind of the video, let's support and make it happen. And as you support, as you make it happen, we make it happen to the ground. And there's no way you ever see your money is falling at all, because Gint is talking about donate your own small amount of money that you can talk about. Gint, bringing this one onto the hand. You can talk about we are moving despite the challenges, but we are moving. And talk about so much of the people are having a problem whenever they will talk about, oh, Gint now is buying this kind of the cement here. Gint is doing this one here. But they talk about, oh, Gint is just talking about this is the money. It's going to the ground. That is it. And we have much of the people who understands and they know this is the legitimate way of getting forward. If we help this kind of the people, much of the people right now in the society, they're talking about, yes, you are making it. Look at all around. It's just the maize fields. Where do you want this kind of the couples to go? In the maize. Where? Look at even the space here to this kind of the banana field. No. But we have to make sure that we are just constructing a small thing here. Even if some of the people just come and talk about here, you have made it happen. And this is getting forward, and let's make it happen. Let's vibe. And this is the courtesy getting forward. Support, support, support. And this is legitimate, and we're going to be checking where your donation is going. That is the fact. Guys, we have come to the conclusion of the first section of making sure that it's always slabbed here and it's complete, and it's going to be drying. Tomorrow going to be coming and watering it as far as everything is in concern. Talk about the protocol to be observed, and from there now we shall have the next option to make sure that it's just the bricklaying this kind of the fantastic area. So we have just done it, and it's just a highly concentrated of the cement to make sure that it's going to be coming out very effective at this kind of the position. So everything going to be stored. I think we have much of the boys here to go and store this kind of the wheelbarrows here, and make sure that everything is so fantastic here. So everything is good. So they are just making sure that the food is fooding here. Hey, the food here. Everything is good, bros. Everything is so wagwan, eh? So we are sharing. Guys, this is the share that previously, talk about the centuries ago. This is how much of the people used to share at this kind of the particular moment. But right now, there's no more sharing. The sharing is much of the people want to be coming talking about, oh, this is how it is, this is how it was. But the effect is always one. Let's strive to make it happen, and we will just get forward to the position that we need. As far as everything is in concern, I appreciate much of the people listening to this kind of the video and coming to this kind of the conclusion of today. And I thank the living God, because he has promoted us to this kind of the living day, and we have just made it at this kind of the fantastic and very optimistic time, and coming to an end of the evening session, because it has been long time at this kind of the position, and much of the it's so far from my home also. It's around a kilometer, and we're going to be walking. It's a walking, because even the road you have just the border is talking about is a Fury road. And I appreciate much of the people watching this kind of the video and this kind of the far end, and I appreciate to everyone who is subscribing, liking and sharing, so we can just have this time of to groove together as a team. So I have much of Mayan here, so just come and finish this kind of the video to make sure that everything is so fantastic. Kaboom. So we are coming to an end. Yeah. And we are ever together to make sure that we are struggling and helping much of the vulnerable. Eh?
Me, what I can just say, I'm appreciating so much.
Exactly.
I'm appreciating you.
Yeah, man.
Not I'm appreciating you so much.
Exactly.
Because a lot of people are appreciating from outside that Gintu is just making it to happen.
Exactly.
And what I can just say is visit my channel, Only Mayani, subscribe, like, share, comment, and everything will be so fine.
Exactly.
Load me to 5,000 subscribers. Yeah, man. I will appreciate. I have monetized already. I'm earning now. Yeah. I'm earning the salary. Yeah.
Exactly. And from that one, that's what now is making much of the people to have that.
And it is because of you.
Yeah, that's much of why now people are talking about, oh, you know, now Mayani has monetized and is now earning. Do you know that you are earning more money than them?
Yeah.
And they're not talking about, oh, do you know, then I wanted to Google that, oh, do you understand it is that way? But we have to strive with it. We have to go forward with it and make it happen.
Yeah.
Despite having much of the three krakatoos of the day, the jail there and whatever.
Yeah.
We understand whenever the living God has promoted that you have to make it. There's no one who can just talk about you're going to be meandering to our own cornering to our own section.
Exactly.
So promptly make sure that we are very careful.
Yeah.
And we have so much of the snakes, green snakes under the green grass.
Are all over the village.
Are all over the village. Right now they're just antagonizing to use Gint and Mayani so they can just make sure that they're just making themselves a lot of money.
Yes.
But the good fact is that whoever is just making the video, the program of the video, whenever you see a person has already uploaded the video, is that video going for talking about now, it's just to showcase that this is what is happening to the village. They have an intention of what? They're uploading the video for the money. That is it. Why are you venturing to YouTube? Because it's a paying platform.
Yeah.
So as you can earn money. But me, I'm making it and filming what I'm making. So as I can just talk about, even that's what now I'm paid.
You are making sure that the village is changing.
Exactly.
At least we should be having a bricks toilet.
Yeah.
You know, very far.
The traditional ones.
Even if you want to visit here.
Yeah.
The truth is, you said they're gonna be visiting
They're just now wondering that, how is she having this kind of the brick toilet? Because you understand the program it is.
Yeah.
Much of the people think about, do you know the trees one? Even the first toilet that I built there, it was having. They were talking about they're gonna be doing what? They're gonna be using the tree stumps there. Talk about the trees, and they're gonna be using it whenever they want to step on it. But we had to take it over so they can just have it working properly as the way this one it is.
Yeah.
So this kind of the time, guys, we have just finished this kind of the slabbing. I think tomorrow we're gonna be starting the brick laying, and I think we're gonna be needing much of the cement. Hey, Fundi, how many cements tomorrow?
3 cements.
3 cements. So 3 cements are going to be completing this kind of the toilet by tomorrow, and that is the way we want to go forward about it. And from this one, I think the bricks, they are just here a little bit. We have to add like how many bricks? Like 200 or 150? Like 300?
This is I think the
150. So we have to add like 300.
yeah. So meaning 150.
Meaning 150. So we have to make it happen, guys. This is tomorrow, and the legitimate way of making sure that. So tomorrow gonna be going back to the bricks.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, tomorrow early in the morning. So you are just gonna be remaining with this kind of the wheelbarrows here.
Yeah.
So tomorrow you can just work with them. So I don't know where you store them.
You store?
Una store wapi? Unazitunza?
Store is there.
Oh, the store is there. Yeah. So put them where necessary. So tomorrow gonna be using them, Yeah. And even that cement that's just remaining there, and we'll just pick our stuffs here and make sure that you're just landing to our home here. So guys, I appreciate much of the people watching this kind of the courtesy, and we have just made it happen. So right now it's just Chwankara. Chwankara is Mokuchu is money. So right now it's Mokuchu time to make sure that we are just ending up this kind of the fantastic zone here. So you are looking at me. You want to introduce yourself? Say something.
Me? Oh, I don't have something to say. Yeah.
You have nothing.
But I don't have I don't have anything.
You don't have nothing
I don't have anything
to say. But you have something to say.
No. I am good.
Exactly. Yeah. We have the top mason, Peterman. He has a YouTube channel.
Yeah, I have a YouTube channel at Peterman_12.
Yeah.
Please go there, share, comment, and subscribe. You're supporting me.
Exactly. Peterman. Exactly. And also, guys, we are talking about bye-bye. Nice time for everyone who has been locked, and we have cherished together, and this kind of the video has come out very impromptu. And tomorrow is another day. Let's make it happen. Another day.